Am I streaming? Is it working? Hello? Hello? Am I streaming? Let's assume I'm streaming. Okay, the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to get at least one stream out a week. I really don't want to do this today. I'm not in the mood. I woke up this morning with the intention to do this. It was going to be perfect. Then I got a message on my email saying I'm late for a meeting. You guys realize that this whole YouTube thing is going to probably cost me my job. It's true. Last week, on the tail end of one of my streams, I realized I was late for a meeting. Yeah, and it got canceled because of me. And today, I was late for a meeting because I was setting up this camera. I'm like, damn it. Where are you, Noi? Get over here. We need to talk. We need to scream at you for a couple hours. But yeah. What am I going to do? Like, I want to keep these free flowing. So really no topic. Really. But then it just dawned on me. I was checking my emails this morning, and is it starting the stream? Yeah, it is. It's starting. Cool. Okay. I am one person watching, and that's me. I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna put this on mute. Yeah. Story of my life. Last night I submitted some work, and this morning I got feedback, like a long list of them. And so I was thinking, what could I do the stream about? And then I'm like, let's do it on AI again, and because I'm thinking AI would never be able to correct this list of fixes that my boss wanted from me. And so I think we're still safe from AI, and that's what I'm gonna call this stream. Let me see. I actually made the JPEG already, because as soon as you click start stream, or in OBS, or what do you call that thing? Yeah, go stream or whatever. It asks you for a JPEG, so I was forced to make a JPEG, and I didn't know what to do. So I made one. So I'm gonna talk about it right off the top. So I was given a list of fixes to make to this drawing that I'm working on, and then it dawned on me: if this was AI, we'd never be able to facilitate these fixes. So I think we're still safe. I think we're still good. I hope. Here are the fixes. Actually, let's just get right into the art. And I'm brave. I'm not even gonna look at my YouTube feed. I don't even know who's watching, or if anybody's watching at all. I'm hoping nobody's watching. The reason why I'm doing this too is because I want to get used to it. I want to make this a common thing, so it's like second nature. Look at this mug I have. It's pretty awesome, right? It's like the size of my head almost. Nah, nothing's as big as my giant head. Oh, the mic is all the way up here. Anyway, let's get to this. So I'm designing this character, this sexy lady with her belly showing. And some of the feedback was, the major ones is, can you make her more Asian? And I'm pretty sure that if you were to type into like some kind of Midjourney or something like that, said, can you make an Asian character, or this character more Asian, it would probably spit out another image that's completely different from the original one that you got, or you're trying to get approved. As far as I know. I actually don't know this. I don't use AI. So if there are any AI people watching this stream, or happen to kind of come across the stream later on in the future, let me know if these micro adjustments could be made. I don't think they could be made. I can't see how, but whatever. The biggest fix was, can you make her look more Asian? I'm like, gosh darn it. You know how hard it is to draw an Asian without having it look offensive? Like very small squinty eyes and stuff like that. Like, I thought this character was kind of Asian-y, but I guess the easiest things I could do is kind of change her from a blonde haired woman to like a black haired woman, which is what I'm going to do right now. And maybe make the eyes a bit more Asian, I guess. But my point is that AI would never be able to do this, at least not yet. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this thing. Try to make her look more Asian, I guess. I don't know. Slant it up more, make it smaller. I can't even imagine. If I wasn't Asian myself, this would be like so awkward. That's what I like about Clip too. You can throw everything onto a folder and all the small changes you make apply to every single layer. Couldn't do this in Photoshop. No chance. At least I don't think. I don't experiment much with programs. That's the problem too with me. Is I stick to what I'm comfortable with, and I think that a lot of people should. They get too wrapped up in brushes and fancy things like that, when maybe you should just be focused on improving the way you draw. It's like my other camera, or my other camera. It's like my other channel with the cameras. It's not really the tools. Cameras are always gonna get better, but the artistry remains within the artist. It depends how you shoot. Like a professional video person could make a better looking movie with just like a cell phone than an amateur could make with the most expensive camera. And it's the same thing with drawing. I have Clip, and I only use I use 2 brushes in Clip and nothing else. I don't use anything else. I don't use any of the perspective tools. I don't use anything. I just stick to what I'm strongest with, that gets the job done. And in turn, it's made me into a better artist because I can focus more on the artwork. I can't tell you how many times I see in forums where people are like, what brush did you use? And then you look at the artwork and like, brushes is the least of your problems. You need to focus on the fundamentals first. I can't even speak today. My brain is mush. I will look at my YouTube feed now to see if anybody is watching, because I don't want to be ignoring people, because that's rude. But I just don't know where I put my window. Nope, not there. Where did I put it? There it is. Okay, there it is. So I'm making these micro corrections now. Okay, good. Nobody's watching. It's perfect. It's an odd time of the day anyway. I prefer it this way for now. So I have to make the eyes more Asian-y, and I guess the easiest way, the most obvious way, is just make it smaller and more slanted. Right? I guess. I don't know. I hate feedback like that. It's like, it's so vague. It's like, can you make the jacket more red? It's like, alright. Just Control U, adjust the hue to be a bit more red, I guess. Give me a percentage or whatever, I don't know. Maybe, I guess this is a bit different. Make her look more Asian is, I guess, makes sense. I don't know. The problem with is when you're transforming all the layers in Clip, you kind of have to go back. And with me, I draw on a billion layers. But it's easy. If you know what you're doing, if you created the original artwork, you should know what you're doing. The fixes are pretty easy. Simple stuff. I'm going to change the hair color as well to black. Let's pick this. Lock it off. Why not? Get some work done and create a YouTube video at the same time. 2 birds with 1 stone. It's the only way I can see this working out for me, to be honest, because it's busy guy. Very busy. So I guess the JPEG is a little disingenuous. If you came here for the AI talk, you can probably just leave now. That's all I'm going to talk about AI. I don't want every video to be about AI. It's kind of annoying after a while. I know that people are sick and tired of it, but there's only so much you can say. So I'm going to make corrections to this illustration, and then I'll probably move on to a different thing. Maybe some kind of a lesson or something like that. I don't know. Oh, my back is cramping up. It's not good. Alright. So she's looking a little bit more Asian, I think. Oh yeah, because I have everything in layers. Initially I pitched this idea of doing her jacket like based on the Akira's jacket in the anime Akira. But they didn't go for it. But I still have it. It's kind of cool. I think it's fun. So it got changed to this boring kind of black jacket color, which isn't that boring. I like this color scheme anyway. I think I can change her. Whoa, what happened there? Oh, okay. Underneath it, I already had like a more yellowy, Asian-y color palette. I don't know why I didn't stick with that. Maybe because it's really yellow. She looks like she has jaundice. But that, I'm going to revisit that again. I'm going to use this actually, because this addresses the issue of making her more Asian. Whatever that means. Right? Make her more Asian? I really don't want to be doing the stream. I'm just forcing myself to do it. Last week was awesome. I did so much. I did 2 streams. I got all my work done. I character design. I did 2 character designs. Sounds like I'm just bragging at this point. The only thing that I regretted at the end of the week was that I didn't contribute to my other YouTube channel. But then on the weekend, I edited something together. It's awesome. It's great. Really proud of myself. Very proactive. It's a really busy time for me right now. It's a lot going on. What is going on here? A lot going on with me. To be honest, I really shouldn't be focusing a lot of attention to YouTube right now. It's probably should be the least of my worries, but I'm using this as a kind of like a decompression, vehicle of decompression. To me, this is fun. This is fun time, but it could also be stressful. Like YouTubing is difficult. It's so hard. You got to be in the mood to do it. To do it successfully, I should say. To do it successfully. If you want to be successful, you have to be very consistent. Hey, somebody else is watching, and not me. Well, I'm watching, but also somebody else. Welcome. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. If it's not a bot. Heck, even if you are a bot, I still appreciate it. What layer is this on? What the hell's going on here? Okay, those are lights. These are lights copy. Why do I have a copy? Okay, there we go. So usually when I do shadows, I'll pick this kind of color, like this, I don't know what this is, brownishy color, and I'll adjust it to a hard light. That's how I shade. That's a secret. But I don't want to spend too much on this one. Actually, I want to get on to other things. I want to show you what I did last week. Actually, all the work that I did last week. I'm pretty proud of myself. So I'm working pretty long hours. I mean, like last night I think I submitted some concepts at 10 at night, and only to wake up and see a ton of changes, which sucks. But it is what it is. Which prompted me to do a stream on this topic about how if this was if I used AI to create these characters, I would have never been able to kind of make these fixes. So humans 1, AI 0 today, right now. Okay. So I think she's looking more Asian-y than last time. Pretty cool. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see if we can add some detail to her eyes as well here. Just to give it a little bit more personality. More Asian-y. Like, look at this. Now she's got like geisha makeup, in case it wasn't obvious enough that she's Asian. Now 100%. Let's just put a pencil in her hand and give her like a black belt or something like that. So, because you know all Asians do karate and draw. That's all we do all day. And maybe a calculator on one hand. How's my audio? Shoot, the mic's all the way up here. Probably can't even hear me. Maybe for the better if you can't hear me. Making all these terrible jokes. Borderline racist. YouTube's gonna demonetize me. I'm not even monetized actually. Oh, funny thing is I got demonetized about a year ago for inactivity. Yeah, that happens. So if you have a YouTube channel that's monetized, but you decide to not do anything on it for like a year, YouTube will actually say, we're going to demonetize you until you start doing stuff. Until you start making us money, there's no reason we should be making you money. Which makes sense, but kind of dirty at the same time. I'm calling you out, YouTube. I changed her sword as well before this. She was holding a more like a classic style katana, but I wanted to kind of give her this buster sword, like this super futuristic buster sword looking katana. I think she looks way more Asian-y now. I think that's great. Actually, I'm happy with this. That's great. Yellow skin, slanted eyes. I don't know how to say to that. Could you make her look more Asian? Yeah, I'll give her yellow skin and slanted eyes. How do you like that? It's weird. Like, the Asian face is very difficult to draw because of that. You don't want to cross that line where it just seems overly comical. Even like most anime characters, it's very difficult to make them look Asian. It's just up until recently, people have been able to start getting it right, which I'm really happy about. I don't know if any of you guys are watching the Blue Eye Samurai. Freaking amazing. If you haven't yet, please go watch it. It is so good. It's anime for adults, not like not talking about like boobs flopping around all over the place, but like the writing and stuff like that. It's clearly not made for children, because children would be bored of it. But yeah, it's amazing. It's great. At the risk of overkilling this, I'm going to stop right now and I'm going to submit it. I'm going to save it first. And then I'm going to submit it. So yeah, now she has this giant buster kind of katana. Pretty cool. Let's be messing people up. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to make this stream go on for, because I do have a lot of work to do. I need to put some graphic design around her and then send her out to a website to get put in there. Okay, here, let me show you guys what I did last week. So the character that I was working on, I made him into a card. Just for fun. Is this the JPEGs? Did a trailer as well. So this is one of them. Got her done. And got this guy done as well. Which turned out pretty cool. I like this dude. Imagining his lore right now. Technically, it's kind of scary to put these out online because it is IP. It's my own IP. But I am protective of it, but I'm fully aware that everything is a copy of something. So that's I'm not afraid of that. This character here is inspired by Metal Gear Solid 4, one of the bosses with the arms. I think I'd mentioned that in my last feed. So everything is a copy of something. Like this character here, I didn't use any reference of any anime that I'm into, but it's kind of like a combination of everything, of all the things that I like. Everything's a copy. The only thing original is this thing here, which I actually like. One arm is white wrap, the other arm is in black wrap, and I can develop some kind of a story behind that, I think. That could be very clever. And the reason why I like it is because I've never seen it before on any other character. So if you start seeing something like this pop up, know where you've seen it first. It's from this guy right here. I'm claiming it. I don't care. And if it already exists, post it in chat or whatever like that in a comment section. Say, no, you're not the first one to do this. This is the other character that does this. But from what I know, I'm the first guy. I'm the only guy that's done this kind of character design. It's not even that big of a deal, but I like it. It's in the small details. All these things. I'm just going to start drawing too. Here I'm just doing anatomy studies, which I haven't done in a long time. But I realize I need to do more. Maybe I could do that as well, just to warm up. It's crazy because my day's just starting now. It's like 1:30 right now in the afternoon, and my day actually technically started at 8, but my drawing day is starting now, which is insane. That's how much other work I have on my plate now. Is that as soon as I became like a chief creative officer, I began to do less drawing and more managing. So half of my day is completely gone just from meetings and managing people, which sucks. But it is what it is. And so now my drawing day starts, and it'll probably go from now, or when I started the stream, all the way to maybe 10. And then I like to have an hour at the end of the day. Maybe not 10, maybe 9. I like to have an hour at the end of the day to play Call of Duty, and that's it. I go to sleep, wake up at 6 o'clock to go to the gym, come back, walk my child to school, have breakfast, meetings, managing. 1 o'clock comes, draw, all the way to 9, play Call of Duty, rinse, repeat, and that's pretty much my day. And I like it. It's something that's worked for me, but it's a lot of hours. It's a lot of work, but I think that I really do think to be successful, you have to put in the hours. You just have to do the work. Eventually, I'm gonna start feeling it, and I'm not gonna want to do this anymore. But that's why I work so hard, so I can become like maybe wealthy, hopefully, and then not have to worry about this anymore. Okay, anyway, let's do anatomy studies, right? I haven't done this in a while. Funny thing is, you know that I don't know if you ever came across this technique, but that whole bag, that whole burlap rice bag technique works really, really well when it comes to anatomy. So you could twist it up like this. It's essentially like a potato sack or like a pillowcase, like a cartoony pillowcase. If you could imagine that, Just imagine this shape and twist it any way you want, and it becomes the upper torso and hip of a body. I mean, I think you can already kind of see it. I don't use this so much anymore because I kind of remember how anatomy works. But to a beginner, very helpful. Of course, there's a lot more that goes into it. Because when I'm drawing this quickly, there's a lot of knowledge that I have inside my brain already that helps me get to this a lot quicker. But if you practice this using this technique, it gets you pretty close. See, that's the upper torso. And the way I draw anatomy is it's a distortion. It's like how comic book artists in the 90s drew anatomy. It's I find that nowadays comic book artists are so good, but they stick to proper anatomy lessons. So a lot of that stuff is it looks very realistic. There's no stylization, I should say. I'm not saying it's bad. I think it's great. A lot of my current favorite artists are like people who are like Olivier Coipel, people like that, Sarah Pacelli, where their anatomy is like perfect, just straight out of an anatomy book. My heroes growing up were, obviously Jim Lee, and I still kind of draw like that, where a lot of this stuff is very stylized. It doesn't stick to proper anatomy lessons. Not anatomy lessons, proper anatomy, let's just say. Hey Saeed, what's up, man? It's isn't it late for you? You should be sleeping. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's a pretty cool technique. Like I said, I don't use it anymore. I tend to use this a lot more. This kind of thing, the thing that everybody uses. But I'm telling you, this thing is a lot easier to understand a lot of the times than this. Because the human body, we're not made of blocks. We're made of organic matter. And a pillowcase is way more organic than a block. I just made that up. But it makes sense, right? It's funny because I don't have like a pillowcase kind of technique for the hands. I guess if I was to, it just doesn't work. For hands, I use blocks. So imagine a hand being a rectangle. It's not really a rectangle. If I was to look at it from like straight from the top, it looks like this, right? So it's not a perfect rectangle. It's a skewed rectangle. So that's how I usually imagine the hand. And the thumb is just a slice of that. It's this kind of shape. So when you're drawing the hand, imagine this shape here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the thumb would be another extension like this. 4. And each finger has 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Thumb has 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Like that. So if I was to put this all together, looks something like this. All right. 3. 1, 2, 3. Of course, there's foreshortening and stuff like that as well. And you got to remember the webbing in between the fingers. So this, the thumb 2, 2, something like this. I mean, that's a terrible hand, but you get the point. Like this, that's supposed to be a pinky finger, and it's like the longest digit in the whole hand. So what does that mean? Don't actually listen to me. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But that's how I construct hands anyway. And the wrist is a ball joint that looks like this. You can do this. You can do this. Anyway, that's a terrible looking hand. I'm gonna like erase that. Forget that ever happened. What? It's only 10 p.m. That's not bad at all. I always imagined it would be like 2 right now for you, 2 a.m. But no, that's good. Oh, hold on. Where's that damn layer? I'm gonna delete that. Another thing is feet, right? Feet suck. Like feet, screw feet. I mean, like not literally. It's kind of weird. But yeah, the way I approach feet is pretty crazy, pretty interesting. And I just learned of this not too long ago, actually. So that's the foot. That's not a foot. That's a calf. That's a leg. And that's a knee. So if I wanted to add a foot to this thing, what I do that works like maybe 80% of the time, it's like a cheat, is the tip is a triangle like this, and then the heel is a circle. So, and all you gotta do is just join them, and that's a foot. I don't know if I'm the only one that finds that amazing, but I find that like I've always had issues drawing feet. That's the thing. So there's a triangle on the side, if you were to look at it from the side, and there's the ball, and you just join them. And then from that point on, you could put like shoe or a shoe. Put shoe. Can't speak. See, shoe. And that kind of gets you there. Triangle. Thing. Join them. Of course, I'm drawing like super fast too. There's a foot from the front. Amazing, right? Hey, I'm a genius. I'm so good. Everybody probably knows this. My back hurts. How long is the stream gone? 33 minutes. I can't believe it. It feels like 5 minutes. Well, maybe not 5, maybe 10 minutes. Ooh, my back is really cramping up. I may have to cut this short. For medical reasons, actually. It's not good. My doctor says that if my back tenses up, I have muscle tightening issues in my back, and I have to go see a physiotherapist recently. Because this position right here, it's the same thing as like washing the dishes position. I feel the same way. Is if I'm doing this for too long, it actually, I have my muscles just kind of seize up through my chest and down my back. And initially, when this happened, I thought it was like a heart issue, and I went and I went to emergency, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me, and then they figured it was muscles tensing up. It wasn't a heart issue. It's just the back muscles tensing up. So I have to take this more seriously. You're fixing my drawing issues right now. These are just things I don't even know if like if I'm helping or not. These are just weird methods that I use. Another important thing is or a cool thing is that what I just drew up here quickly, the hips and legs are never jointed. Imagine that's how. Yo, what's up, Claudio? Long time no speak. I thought we were fighting. What was I saying? Imagine like a crash test dummy. Everything is kind of disjointed. Before I used to have huge issues joining the lower torso to the legs. For some reason, it was very difficult for me to do. But ever since I started drawing everything separately, like a crash test dummy, it started working. Like this. Everything just started working out. See, this is what I mean with the feet. I'm so proud of myself for discovering this. Just by doing that, you could already see the general shape of it taking form. Breaking it down to these very basic shapes that are disjointed from each other. You join them later on. This already, to me, looks anatomically correct. The rest is just connecting it. The rest is just, you do another layer. Bada bing, done. That's a leg. Lower torso. What? Oh, come on, Claudio. What a guy. What a guy. Those are such skinny ass legs, man. Those are my legs. I have very shrimpy ass looking legs. I mean, I worked them out. It's just I don't have the genetics for it. It's like terrible. I think Claudio asked me one day how much I deadlift, and I told him, and he's like, "What?" It's like, "That's it?" I'm like, "What?" To me, that's like a lot, but whatever. So sad. Yeah, I did that with this character here. Let me see. If I was to break it down. Break it down. If I was to break this. Oh my god. He's on so many layers. Let's just do this. I was to make it. Alright, let's break this guy down. Watch none of it line up. Damn. That's my pillowcase. These are my disjointed. That's way too long. See, it works. I'm sticking to it. Screw you guys. See, and what I was saying before with the hand. Bam, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why do I sound like Bill Clinton? Thumb, 1, 2. Booyah. See? Bam. Just as good. I hate you. Alright, Claudio. I'll see you, man. I actually got to bounce as well. I actually don't even know what the stream is all about. I just, like I said before, I said this at the beginning of my stream. I'm just trying to get used to it. I'm just trying to make this thing. I want to do at least once. Do this at least once a week. I think is the only way I can keep this YouTube channel going, because it doesn't involve editing or anything like that. For editing, I have my other YouTube channel, which I'm kind of letting lag a bit, so I'm probably gonna get demonetized from that soon. It's terrible. I build up something, I get to a point, and then I let it die. That seems to be my my motto. Catch them like Pokemon. Once you collect it, you kind of forget about it. All right, guys, I'm going to bounce. Thanks for watching. Appreciate y'all. And I have to finish. Where is it? I have to finish her up so I can get her over to our 3D artist. We're getting it made in 3D. Spoilers. It's gonna be great. Okay, I'm gonna stop streaming.